Now the topic before us is disadvantages of database management system. While the database management system has many benefits, DBMS system has its own disadvantages. These are few of it the same. First is complexity, financial burden, single point of failure, performance, data security concerns, and so on. We will learn more about the same one by one. First is complexity. Using a database management system can be difficult and requires specialized skills and knowledge. Small organizations may not be having the resources as well as the expertise to manage the DBMS. So, it is a barrier for those organizations who do not have the resources and expertise to manage the DBMS. Next point is financial burden. To acquire and to operate a robust database management system can be expensive because the organization may have to pay license fees. The organization may have to buy necessary hardware, and when the organization is utilizing DBMS, it may also have to incur expenses towards its maintenance. And in the case of big organizations, or if the organization wants to make use of latest technology DBMS, the costs may be quite enormous. Next is single point of failure. A DBMS represents a single point of failure for the entire system. It means that if the DBMS goes offline, or if the DBMS experiences a critical failure, the entire system may stop working. All the applications relying on DBMS may stop working too. Here we take the example of an online retail store. If the DBMS goes down or stops working, the website of the online store will not show any product to any customer. The customers will not be able to log into their accounts. No inventory will be shown on the site. That is all, the system will come to standstill. So this single point of failure of DBMS can cause service disruptions and negatively affect the business. Next is performance. Sometimes DBMS can slow down the overall performance of the system, especially in the case of large databases or complex queries. Next point is data security concerns. If the database management system is not properly configured and managed, unauthorized access to the data may occur. This can lead to loss or theft of valuable or critical or secret information to unauthorized persons. Next point is data redundancy. In some cases, database management system can create data duplication due to various factors such as improper database design and lack of normalization. Data duplication means the same data is stored at multiple places. If the data duplication occurs, it can increase the storage requirements. Further, changes made to one instance of data might not be reflected in all duplicate copies, leading to data inconsistencies. Next point is scalability challenges. Scaling a DBMS means to expand the capabilities of the system to handle more data and concurrent access. It means that if the business of an organization is increasing very rapidly, it is, and the organization is selling more and more products to more and more customers, then it is may be required on the part of the organization to upgrade their servers or to increase the number of servers or the computers so that it can handle the increase in to handle the large volume of data or increase in the number of users. Scaling a DBMS can be difficult, although modern DBMS technologies have made enormous progress in this area. Scaling still requires careful planning, and of course a huge investments may be required if we want to scale up, that is if we want to increase the number of servers or the number of computers. Here is an example. An e-commerce website facing rapid growth in user traffic and product data might need to scale its DBMS, which requires careful planning and investment. It means that an e-commerce website that the products of an products on an e-commerce website are selling in increasing numbers, that is its customers are increasing day by day, so that website will have to handle large volume of data, large number of customers, so the organization will have to increase the capabilities of the DBMS, that is it will have to make arrangement for more servers, more computers to handle the increase in large volume of data or and also to handle the more number of customers, and all this requires careful planning and also huge investment. Next is vendor lock-in. Vendor lock-in in the context of DBMS refers to a situation where an organization becomes heavily dependent on specific vendors DBMS technology. It means that suppose you are using a DBMS technology which has been supplied by say IBM or Oracle or Microsoft. You become accustomed to using that DBMS because each DBMS has its own characteristics and your organization is using that DBMS. That is the DBMS being sold by a particular vendor which may be Oracle, Microsoft or others. Then if you want, or if the organization which is utilizing the DBMS technology of a particular vendor, and if it wants to switch over to another vendor from say Oracle to Microsoft or Microsoft to some other Postgre or other, it is very difficult, it may be difficult or impractical in future because each DBMS has its own benefits, and transitioning from one DBMS technology to other DBMS technology may require lot of skills, lot of efforts and resources, and of course new investment. This can restrict a company's flexibility and prevent them from taking advantage of potentially better alternatives. That is, it may be possible that the DBMS technology of another vendor is good, but in view of the expertise, resources, or the other problems or efforts which may be required and you as an individual or an organization cannot afford the same, then you as an individual or organization cannot take the benefit of the new technology which is being offered by the another vendor of DBMS. Next is learning curve. With the passage of time, new and new advancements are taking place in the DBMS field. So if you want to learn what is happening in the field of DBMS, what is the latest technology which is taking place in the DBMS field, so to have the knowledge about the same, you will have to devote a lot of time, efforts and resources. But every organization cannot afford to have to so much resources or efforts to take into account or to go through all the changes which are taking place in the DBMS field. It is very difficult to stay updated with the latest features and best practices in DBMS technology. So this learning curve can slow down and hinder the adoption of new features or technologies by an organization, because every organization cannot afford to spend a a large amount of money to adopt latest technology or to have the knowledge about the latest technology. All the organizations cannot afford to do the same. Only the big organizations or the organizations which have the interest in this regard can afford to do the same. Next point is lack of flexibility. DBMS can lack flexibility because a lot of efforts may be required. So DBMS makes it difficult to change the database structure or add new features. Next is backup and recovery. Managing backups and recovery processes in DBMS can be complex and time consuming, especially in the large scale and distributed database. Distributed database means the database is spread at various servers. Though DBMS has some drawbacks, but it also gives us a lot of benefits. DBMS is able to efficiently handle the data. It can store the data effectively, and if we want retrieval of data, then the DBMS is able to handle the same very efficiently. Organizations need to consider both the benefits and limitations DBMS and make informed decisions on the basis of their specific needs and resources. Now the next point is when not to use a database management system. We should not use a database management system if we do not have the budget or the expertise to operate a DBMS. If we have the money, but if we do not know how to operate the same, or we do not have the skilled labor, we should not use the DBMS. In such cases, Excel or flat files may be used to manage the or store the data. Thanks for watching. If you like our course, please spare some time to give a star rating to our course.